What up YouTube, Knives and Gear Insights here with another short review of a knife that I got loaned to me from Dragoon LSK. So thank you very much Dragoon to give me the chance to check this one out, and I'm really happy that I could, that I had the option or the opportunity to actually check this one out. This is one of the latest Kizer releases that they had in the recent, let's say, a month or so, and this is a collaboration with Gecko Customs. This is the Kizer Crest, or Kizer Gecko Customs Crest. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's directly just under the Kizer brand, or because Gecko Customs is selling this as well. But it's manufactured by Kizer, so Kizer's the OEM. Overall, I can say this is a really, really good premium knife. It's not a budget knife, definitely. You got very, very smooth action on here. The knife is light. It's a slim carry. It's more of a, in my opinion, even though it looks a little stylish, I'd still consider this more of a slim gentleman carry. Just the way this is. I mean, it is very slim, okay, compared to other knives that I'm used to. Action is smooth. You can do the reverse flick, no problem. You can do the thumb flick, no problem. Even as a lefty, you can see that. I have no issues with that. Fingers are not blocking the lock bar in any way. You got black titanium scales, no liners. You got a black titanium backspacer with a lanyard loop, or whatever you want to call this. Flipper tab, thumb studs. So you got several deployment options. It's fidgety, it's light, it's smooth. Blade steel, I believe, was yeah, you can see that here, S35VN on this one. Overall, the knife is priced very well at $149.99 or $149.95, I think. Not a bad price for this knife at all. This poon is really good, so that thumb ramp here works great. Like, it gives you a really, really solid. You can even use this here as a forward choil. Even though I have pretty thick, pretty fat fingers, actually, I still have the option to do that forward choil here, which is cool. And the thumb rest, the thumb ramp here works great. You got some. I'd say that jimping could be a little bit more aggressive, because that's very, very smooth jimping. Actually, I mean, you barely feel it. But it's fine. It works. You know, it just depends on what you like. You know, for some people this might be perfect. For some people like me, they would prefer a little bit more aggressiveness on the jimping. But overall, it's a great knife. Pocket clip wise, you got unfortunately non-reversible pocket clip, single screw with a relief cut in here, I believe. I didn't take it off, so because it's not my knife, I don't take it apart. Overall, very smooth action. You know, it's personally, the knife is not for me. Okay, I can say that with all honesty. It's a great knife. It's a really, really good knife, and they have done a good job on this knife. I just personally don't carry knives that are this slim. Just, I don't know, it's just not for me. I guess because I'm used to a little bit larger knives. This is not, like I said, it's not a bad knife. It's a great knife. Overall, it's just not for me. So I'm glad I could check it out without having to purchase it. And I really, I really like checking out knives. But, as you guys know, I do not have the luxury of getting knives from somewhere unless somebody sends me those, like Dragoon did. Or in the past, Stacy, and also Fred the Lug, and a few others. But yeah, this is definitely something I'm happy that I could check out, that I didn't have to purchase it, because I would personally have been disappointed that I bought it. But then again, like I said, there's many people that like this knife, and like I said, it's definitely not a bad knife. It's a great knife. It's just not for me personally. It's just a personal opinion. And I'm allowed to have those. So, like I said, I'm not a personal fan of this knife. But that doesn't mean that's a bad knife. So it is not. It's a great knife, actually. Just not for me personally. Let's get into the specs here real quick. So, the knife is pretty light. I think it's under 4 ounces if I remember right. Yeah, 3.5 ounces. So it's a light carry actually for the size, especially for the size. It's pretty light. Let's do overall size here. Oh, hardware wise, I totally forgot to mention that it's all T8 hardware. Even the lock bar instance is T8 hardware as well. So that's great. I love that. That's a good job. Billboarding, you got the Kizer logo on here, you got the Gecko Customs logo on here, and the Crest for the name for the knife, and the blade steel. Other than that, you don't have any billboarding, which is cool. But yeah, let's get the overall length on this knife. The overall length on this knife is comes in at, where's the end here? It comes in at right around 7 5/8. You got a blade length of a little bit shy of 3 1/8, and you got a cutting edge of right at 3 inches. So, depending on your state, you probably, some states will allow you that knife, some will not. But then again, it's the length, the overall length. It's not a full size knife again, but it's a good carry size EDC for a lot of people, especially those with average size hands. This will be the perfect knife. I have larger hands, so that's probably one of the reasons why I don't like the slim carry. But in general, it's like I said, it's not a bad knife. It's a great knife actually, and I still recommend the knife for purchase, because my personal opinion has nothing to do with the effect or how good this knife actually is. So size comparison here with the Manix 2. Let's do size comparison with, what do we have here? We do have the Kubi Titius. So you can see that it's a much slimmer, much smaller carry versus those two behemoths, or especially the Titius. And then we got the Cetivian ST995. That's a much closer size comparison, overall size comparison between those two versus anything else I have actually. But this is a thicker knife, so that's the reason why I actually prefer this knife over the Crest. Then here we got the ProTech Mordax in size comparison. You can see that with that. And then last but not least, we got the NAF Lander in size comparison. So you can see that they're very similar in thickness actually. The Lander and this are very similar in thickness, and overall I do like however, I do like I don't know what it is about this knife. What I don't like, I think it's just because of the way this knife, I don't know, it's weird. I like I said, I feel the knife is a great knife. It's a great action. Everything works like it should on this knife. It's very light. But overall, I just can't get used to this knife. I would not want to carry it as my personal knife, like I said. And I'm glad I could check it out, so thank you. I didn't have to spend my own money on this one. But it's still a recommendable knife, no, regardless. The knife is great. I will definitely recommend the knife, and the price is great too. Kizer is awesome in pricing. Usually they do a really good job. The only thing I just so recently saw, that new Kizer Militar that they came out with the pearl inlays. I think that's a little overboard from the price, about $100. But besides that, that's just personal opinion again. But over the rest of that, Kizer does a great job in knives. They have usually always good knives. Yes, they're not super high end, but they're good knives, good value knives, always. And so that's why I'm saying I think that this knife is a great knife, even though it's not for me personally. But I still recommend it. So if you want to pick this up, I will link it in the description. I'm not sure if you can get it on Amazon, but I will link it on the Kizer website, and I also will link on the Gecko Customs website. They just got, I think Gecko Customs just got a new shipment in. So they have also some custom versions of this with different designs and whatnot. but I will link it in the description. So that's pretty much it for today. And if you guys like my content, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you.